Hello friends, yes, I hope all of you are safe and fine. India is fighting back the health crisis with the help of homeopathy. Myself, Dr. Abir Pramanik, Senior Medical Officer, CGHS, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, and former Research Officer of Ministry of Ayush. Today, I am going to discuss about some hidden treasures of homeopathy. जी हाँ दोस्तों, आज हम बात करेंगे उन वजनहीन परंतु उच्च सामर्थ्य रखने वाली उन होम्योपैथिक दवाइयों के बारे में जिनके बारे में हम बहुत कम ही जानते हैं, मगर हम उसके इस्तेमाल अच्छी तरीके से जान लें तो बहुत सारे इनक्यूरेबल डिजीज़ को क्यूरेबल बना सकते हैं. यस, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इम्पॉन्डेराबिलिया मेडिसिन्स. As there is very limited information available regarding this imponderabilia medicines, hence I choose this topic to enlighten with. So without delay, let's start about this imponderabilia medicines. First of all, I want to tell you that I have divided this imponderabilia series in two parts. One is pharmaceutical part and another one is therapeutic part. Today I will discuss about the pharmaceutical part of imponderabilia medicines. Now, what is imponderabilia? It means which is not weighable, that is, the substances which has no perceptible weight. They are immaterial powers. Now we have to know that what is the use of these imponderabilia medicines in homeopathy. Regarding this imponderabilia medicines, there are different views of different authors. So first of all, we have to know that what our master said about this imponderabilia medicines. If we go through the organ of medicines in different sections of organ of medicines, our master Dr. Christian Frederick Samuel Hahnemann has mentioned about this imponderabilia medicines and their effects. First of all, if we go through the footnote of 6th edition, aphorism number 11, what he told that while describing about the dynamic influences of medicines, or rather the dynamic influence, he mentioned about that magnetic energies. He also told there about the lunar energy in relation with flood tide and Eve. Dr. Christian Frederick Samuel Hahnemann also mentioned in his Organ of Medicine 6th edition, aphorism number 280 footnote, that there are enormously powerful things or forces which are perfectly destitute of weight, as for example caloric, light, etc. Consequently, infinitely lighter than the medicine contained in the smallest doses used in homeopathy. That means those medicines having very less weight. So the usually used medicines whose medicinal substance trace is generally difficult to find, but these imponderabilia substances are lighter than that. So he also criticized a bit to the critics of homeopathy at that time by saying that let them, if they can, weigh the irritating words that brings on a bilious fever, or the mournful intelligence respecting her only son that kills the mother. Let them touch for a quarter of an hour a magnet capable of lifting 100 pounds of weight, and learn from that the pain it excites. And he said that even imponderable agencies can produce the most violent medicinal effects upon man. So, in footnote 280 of 6th edition, he clearly told about that these imponderabilia medicines are having lesser weight than the usually commonly used homeopathic medicines, but they are equally effective. Now, in section 286, 6th edition, he mentioned that the dynamic force of mineral magnets, electricity, galvanism act no less powerfully upon our life principle, and they are not less homeopathic than the properly so-called medicines which neutralizes diseases by taking them through mouth or by rubbing them on the skin or by olfaction. So that means those commonly proved medicines like sulfur, natramule, lycopodium, we used to take them through ingestion by oral route or through olfaction or even rubbing on the body surfaces. And these imponderabilia medicines are equally effective as our natramule, sulfur, lycopodium, like commonly used medicines. So he also specified some therapeutic angle of this imponderabilia medicine in this section, saying that there may be diseases, especially diseases of sensibility and irritability, abnormal sensations and involuntary muscular movements, which may be cured by those means. So, the diseases of sensibility and irritability, abnormal sensations and involuntary muscular movements may be cured by these imponderabilia medicines, as told by our master. In section 287, 6th edition, he mentioned that the powers of the magnet for healing purposes can be employed with most certainty according to positive effects detailed in Materia Medica Pura under north and south pole of a powerful magnetic bar. So, उन्होंने वहाँ पे बताया कि Materia Medica Pura के जो मैग्नेट्स चैप्टर है वहाँ पे उन्होंने डिटेल इनके बारे में बताए हुए हैं. Other than our master, there are other different authors or doctors who mention about the imponderabilia medicines and their effects and their symptoms, like Dr. H.C. Allen described their mode of preparation in Materia Medica of nosodes. Dr. Elizabeth Wright, in his book A Brief Study Course in Homeopathy, mentioned regarding imponderabilia, which include positive and negative magnetic forces, electricity, sun forces, etc. Dr. P. Sankaran mentioned 6 such sources in his book Elements of Homeopathic Pharmacy. Dr. Kasperi, Jar, Clark, Swan, etc. have described their preparation and symptoms. So, renowned physicians. So you can see from your left that there is Dr. Clark, Dr. Allen and Dr. Swan. Then again from left to right we will find Dr. Elizabeth Wright, Dr. Jar, Dr. P. Sankaran. So they are having different views regarding imponderabilia medicines, and from their writings we can get knowledge about these medicines and their utilizations also. Now there are different form of energies which are potent sources of imponderabilia medicines, like that nuclear, electromagnetic, gravitational, electrostatic, magnetic, electric, thermal, even cosmic energies. But presently available imponderabilia medicines belong to nuclear, electromagnetic, gravitational and thermal categories. Depending upon their sources, we can categorize these imponderabilia medicines in two groups, like one is natural one and another one is human made or artificial. So the natural one contains medicines like the magnets. Those are Magnetis polyambo, the magnet as a whole. Then Magnetis polus arcticus, that is the north pole of magnet. Magnetis polus australis, that is the south pole of magnet. Then there is Luna, which is prepared from the full moon. Then there is Sol, prepared from sun's rays. Similarly, there are artificial or human made, like that electricus. So the electricity from atmospheric or static electricity, we can prepare medicine. There is radium, the radium bromide. There is artificial magnets, X-ray, galvanism, etc. So depending on their source, we can categorize this sort of imponderabilias in two groups. If we see that any medicine prepared from different sources is nothing but a transformed state of energy. It is the transformed state of energy. The pharmaceutical style of preparing imponderabilia are nothing but transformation of energy, and when on proving this transformed energy proves to be helpful in treating human ailments, this become a potent homeopathic medicines. Now दूसरे जो होम्योपैथिक ड्रग्स रहते हैं, इसमें क्या होता है ना, एनर्जी इनएक्टिव फॉर्म में रहते हैं, एंड वी हैव टू ट्राइचुरेट और डायनामाइज टू रेज दिस इनएक्टिव एनर्जी इनटू अ एक्टिव फॉर्म. बट इम्पॉन्डरेबिलिया में क्या होता है, ये जो एनर्जी पहले से ही एक्टिव फॉर्म में रहते हैं, सो दे आर मोर पोटेंट एंड मोर सबल. So they are more penetrating if we can utilize it properly. There are many other sources like gravitational energy of falling water, stored chemical energy of coal or fossils, thermonuclear energy of radioactive elements, and even sound wave energy. These are some important fields of full potentiality which may become one day a powerful source of imponderabilia if we study and research on these energies. Now, when we know about these imponderabilia agencies, the question arises that how we can convert those energies into our homeopathic medicines. So basically, the method of preparation of imponderabilia drugs. In this regarding, there is very few authentic references are available. Even somewhere it is differing. So I try to collect it from different sources that means the authentic sources, and representing in front of you. So basically there is a principle for preparing every medicines, and there is a distribution of classes, but in imponderabilia medicines there is no specific class. There is a general rule, that is exposed followed by trituration with sugar of milk and convert it into liquid potency as per rule. Sometimes rectified spirit or purified water is used as per scale like decimal or centesimal. Now I will discuss the preparation of these imponderabilia medicines one after another, starting with the magnets. So magnet is polyambu. The parts used here is magnetized lactose. Drug strength is 1/10. So how the trituration is done? Trituration 1x. So trituration of sugar of milk after exposure of whole magnet. Now the question arises that what type of magnet it is. So the magnet is horseshoe shaped, capable of lifting 5.5 kilo of weight of iron. So horseshoe shaped, capable of lifting 5.5 kg of weight of iron. That kind of magnet is used, and the exposure time is 1 hour, trituration time is 1 hour, and potency is 2x and higher to be triturated. Solution 1x distilled water to be exposed as like those told in above regarding the trituration method. Then potency is 2x and 3x in purified water and 4x and higher with dispensing alcohol. So one caution we always followed regarding imponderabilia medicines are that to be freshly prepared. Whenever we use, we will freshly prepared. Next comes the you can see that the magnetic field attracting the pins. So in this magnetic field, the sugar of milk is exposed, and when it is charged, we triturate it. Next is Magnetis polus australis. So the parts used is magnetized lactose. Lactose with the influence of south pole of magnet. Normally freshly prepared for use. Drug strength is 1/10. Trituration 1x. So sugar of milk after exposure of whole magnet, that is the horseshoe shaped, capable of lifting 5.5 kg of weight of iron. Exposure time 1 hour. Trituration time 1 hour. Potency is 2x and higher to be triturated. Solution 1x similar with distilled water. Potency is 2x and 3x in purified water and 4x and higher with dispensing alcohol, and caution is to be freshly prepared. Next is magnet polus arcticus. Here the parts used is magnetized lactose. Lactose with the influence of north pole of magnet. Normally freshly prepared for use. Drug strength 1/10. Trituration 1x. The sugar of milk is triturated after exposure of whole magnet. Exposure time 1 hour. Trituration time 1 hour. Potency is 2x and higher to be triturated. Solution 1x distilled water to be exposed as above, and potencies 2x and 3x in purified water and 4x and higher with dispensing alcohol, and it is to be freshly prepared. Now we can see the moonlight. The medicine prepared from the moonlight is Luna. So the parts used here is full moon's ray. The sugar of milk is exposed to the rays of the moon. A glass plate is taken and the sugar of milk is put on this plate. At the same time, a glass rod is put to use for stirring the exposed sugar of milk. After exposure for optimum time, the sugar of milk is so charged, is dynamized in the usual way. The method is told by Finke, and that the optimum time for the sugar of milk being charged is like 30 minutes to 1 hour. And another person, Higgins, made a preparation by exposing pure water, that is the distilled water, to moon's rays for 3 to 4 hours in South America, and then dynamizing the water so charged. So these are the preparation method of Luna. Now you can see the electricity. In left there is a natural electricity like thunderstorm, and in right there is artificial electricity. So the electricus, generally Dr. Kaspari and his co-workers first published the symptoms caused by electricity, that is the natural thunderstorm and artificial static electricity and electric current. So how you will triturate 1x? So saccharum lactis is exposed to high intensity static electricity for 10 minutes. High intensity static electric for 10 minutes. The potencies are not recommended in case of electricus, and it is to be freshly prepared. Next is galvanism. So Dr. Kaspari proved this one by exposing sugar of milk to either electrical pole. Then comes X-ray. So what are these X-rays? X-ray basically refer to Roentgen radiation. So electromagnetic radiation, and it depends on two parameters. One is wavelength and second is electromagnetic in nature. It is invisible. So photon energies above 5 to 10 keV are called hard X-ray, and while lower than that is called soft X-ray. We can see there is a single electron moving in a direction on the above picture, and there is the electromagnetic spectrum of X-ray, that is 10 to the power minus 10 in wavelength, and in frequency it ranges between 10 to the power 16 to 10 to the power 18. So figure will be like this in case of X-rays, and the X-rays are similar in light in some way. These are the electromagnetic spectrum. No, so there is similarity between visible light and X-ray in electromagnetic spectrum, and you can see also that how the X-ray goes through a vacuum, and the procedure is like that. There is a ray in high energy electromagnetic radiation. These rays are produced by bombarding a metallic target with the fast moving electrons in a vacuum. So the homeopathic remedy X-ray imponderabilia is prepared by exposing a phial containing alcohol to X-ray for optimum time, and that optimum time is about half an hour. Dilutions are prepared in centesimal scale. Sometimes lactose is exposed to X-rays and then trituration done as per pharmaceutical rule, but basically X-ray is prepared by exposing a vial containing alcohol to X-rays for half an hour. Then next is regarding sol. We know that from solar, the sun's ray, we used to prepare the sol. Basically solar energy is a radiant light and heat from the sun that is harnessed using a range of ever involving technologies such as solar heating, photovoltaic, solar thermal energy, molten salt power plants, and artificial photosynthesis. It is an essential source of renewable energy, and its technology are broadly characterized as either passive solar or active solar. So it depends upon how they capture and distribute solar energy and or convert it into solar power. So the capture and distribute of solar energy and conversion of it into the solar power is important. The large magnitude of solar energy available makes it a highly appealing source of electricity. So you can see that how a concentration of sun's ray onto a receiver producing solar energy, and this solar energy also varies with the exposure of sun's rays as per latitude. So in the picture you can see in some areas there is a spread of wide spread of sun's rays, and some areas there is a narrow spread. So depending upon the situation of the earth, the sun's rays concentration changes, and we prepare our medicine from the concentration of sun's rays. We can see that the ray trajectories and the concentration ratio in a focal plane. So the sugar of milk is exposed while preparing sol. The sugar of milk is exposed to the concentrated sun's rays and stirred with a glass rod till saturated. Then dynamization is done as per homeopathic pharmaceutical rule. Dr. Finsen mentioned about this procedure. Next is radium bromide or radium brome. So we can see it. This radium bromide whose molecular weight is 385.88 and specific gravity is 5.79. It's a white or slightly brownish crystal. It becomes yellow or pink with age. It is soluble in both water and alcohol. Commercial grade is usually associated with barium salts. It's a radioactive substance. So radium brome of 1800,000 radioactivity was employed by Diefenbach, who proves the medicine radium bromide. So you can find it in Borix Matremedica with repertoire in page number 543. Now the drug strength of radium brome is 1/10. So trituration 1x is done by 100 gram of radium bromide with 900 gram of saccharum lactis to make 1000 gram of trituration. Potency is 2x and higher to be triturated in accordance with the pharmaceutical method. 6x may be converted into liquid 8x. So we must have follow some caution regarding this radioactive substance. It is a radioactive, powerful corrosive effect on skin. It's a poison not to be dispensed below 6x. Not to be dispensed below 6x. And the storage of radium bromine is in glass bottle or sealed tubes enclosed in lead sheet. So glass bottle or sealed tubes enclosed in lead sheet. So regarding the different sources of this imponderabilia medicines, we can find that Dr. H.C. Allen's Materia Medica of Nosodes, Materia Medica Pura Magnet chapter by our master, Organ of Medicine, particularly 6th edition, Clark's Dictionary of Materia Medica, Encyclopedia of Homeopathic Pharmacy, P.N. Verma, Imponderabilia Homeopathic Direct Energy Medicines of Rajiv Saxena, Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia of India, particularly those radium brome is mentioned in the volume 5 of Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia of India. So this was the pharmaceutical part of my series Imponderabilia. Next we will discuss about the. So friends, I hope you like the video and I am able to put some light on these imponderabilia medicines. If you like my videos, then like, share and please subscribe my channel for more videos related with homeopathy. Next I will discuss about the therapeutic portion of imponderabilia medicines. Till then, stay safe, use homeopathy for better health. Thank you. For preparing this video, I am thankful to Professor Dr. Akhilesh Khan sir, the former principal of D&D Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital, Dr. Dibyendu Mondal, lecturer Homeopathic Pharmacy, D&D Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital, Dr. Javed Bappa, lecturer Homeopathic Pharmacy, Calcutta Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital, and Dr. Prasenjit De, lecturer Homeopathic Pharmacy. Thank you all for their valuable inputs, and I also request you to add your valuable comments and suggestions for enriching the topic as well as other topics which you want to listen or discuss. Thank you.